Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to do a quick review on something that I got in. So those of you who don't know, I've been doing some Daredevil stuff recently, working on some Daredevil 3D printed stuff and molding it and casting it, just some personal projects and stuff. Um, One item that had been recommended was the Born Again version, and I had a friend that supplied one to me, but as I was working on it, the texture was just going away and going away and going away. So, on a whim, I ordered this one here from China. And I've ordered from these Chinese bootleg companies before. And sometimes they arrive and they're kind of like a resin, kind of like a resiny type rubber. It's a little bit more sturdy. And then sometimes they're a little bit more latex like. Like they always are listed as soft PVC, but it's like 50-50 what you're going to get. Are you going to get the hard one or are you going to get the soft one? So unfortunately, I got the soft one, but it's actually a really nice item. So that's what this video is. It's just a quick overview of the eBay Chinese version of the Daredevil Born Again helmet. So, as I said, it's listed as soft PVC. So it is soft PVC. This will run you about $30 plus shipping. So it is a really good deal. Again, originally, if this was going to be a little bit more sturdy, like if it arrived and it was the sturdier version, I was going to use this to make my polyurethane one. But because it won't like hold its shape very well and nothing really sticks to PVC, I just opted to just keep it in the collection. So it arrived kind of mangled, so I stuffed it with a towel overnight, and I used heat the next day to just get it to retake its shape, because a lot of these come from China and they're stuffed in a bag and then it's hot, cold as it's moving here, getting dinged around and stuff. So sometimes they arrive and they could be kind of mangled. But I just wanted to show off the quality of this. So the only thing I've done to this, like literally the only thing, was I stuffed it overnight. I heat treated it to get it to retake its shape and get out some of the wrinkles that were there when it arrived. It actually wasn't that bad. It was like this side came out a bit far and the nose kind of pushed to one side. But I just heated those areas up and held them in place as they cooled. And yeah, it retook its shape really nice. And then the only other thing I did was I added the darker red on the horns and around the eyes. So originally the horns were the same color as the helmet and the eyes were the same color as the helmet. The only thing I did was I just repainted those. And now it is perfectly serviceable as a Born Again Daredevil helmet. So as I said, this is made of soft PVC. And how that varies from a 3D print. I have a 3D printed Daredevil helmet right here, so it's got some mold flashing on it. Ignore that. But this is a 3D print. You can see the 3D printed stuff in there. I just haven't removed this yet since I molded this. But this is a hard 3D print, no flex. This is from like the season 2 Netflix show. And then I have a polyurethane cast of it. So this is a polyurethane version that I did. So a little bit more kind of sturdy than the PVC, but really similar. Like really similar. Which is another reason why I wanted to make this video, was because originally I was going to make a version of this, but this is really nice for $30. And I don't sell these for $30. This takes a lot of work to make. These cost a lot more than $30. Not extravagant, but I can't compete with this price. So I'm not going to do the Born Again version because this is on the market and it's really nice, and I'm highly recommending you guys go get one. I believe it's from the DO 3D file, so someone over there probably purchased the file and did a mold and does these castings of it in a soft rubber, which is very similar to the polyurethane rubber that I use. I'd say that this feels a bit more heavy in the way that it like flexes back and forth, like it's a little bit more stubborn. Whereas this, you get a lot of flex out of this, and it just kind of pops back into its original shape. This one doesn't really pop back. It's a lot like slower. I don't know, like you pull something out and it kind of goes back kind of slow. It's just to the nature of the material. But the texture on it is really nice. The shape is great. And the only thing I had to do was just give it a little bit of heat treatment. Oh, drop my mask. Give it a little bit of heat treatment and paint it. And it's perfectly serviceable as a Born Again helmet for only $30. Wow, I got dust all over this one now. It fell on the floor where I'd been sanding. I'm gonna have to wash that. But I'll show you guys what it looks like on. So I don't have a black balaclava, but I do have this brown one. Just bear with me. So this one's dusty, but this is one that I make. So this is like the season 2 version that I make. Polyurethane rubber, it's got flex, but nice and sturdy cosplay piece. And then this is the $30 version from China, which is really great. Like, it's really great. For only 30 bucks. Like, I can't compete with this. Like, I'm not gonna make a Born Again because I'm perfectly happy with this. And again, I bought it on a whim. I was like, if it's the harder version, I'll make a softer version. But this is perfect, so I don't need to. And you can get this on eBay for like $30. Really nice. I highly recommend it. And there's a buttload of these on eBay. But I will leave a link to this one that I bought, because there's a bunch of suppliers that sell the same thing, and I know that some guys use the wrong photos. So to be linked to this exact one that I have in my possession right now, I'll leave the link for the exact one that I bought. So if anyone wants to buy one of these and save a bit of money, because I know this show is really hot right now, and there's a lot of guys making them, and they're charging a lot, I think. Like, I think compared to what I charge for things, I think that some of the prices out there are kind of crazy, especially for 3D prints, because I do polyurethane, but 90% of these Daredevil guys, they do just the print, and I think that's a lot of money for a print. But this, fully finished, if you want to add the darker horns, you can. If you don't, it's perfectly serviceable. All you gotta do is just heat it up and get it to retake its shape, and boom, you have a really nice, flexible Daredevil cowl from the new show. And it's really accurate, and I dig it. Like, I really dig it. I don't even see any imperfections in it. Like, boom. But I just thought I'd throw that video out there because there's not a lot of videos on like the Chinese bootlegs of things, and I used to do them on the channel, and they were pretty popular. So I thought I would do this one because sometimes you find those hidden gems, like those Spider-Man masks that are on like eBay and Etsy that are only like 150 bucks, and they're like exact movie replicas of the ones from the movies, and they're really great. This is another one. I think this thing's a hidden gem, and it's only $30, and you can't beat it. So check it out, guys. Link below if you want to order one of these, and thanks for watching.